Hello, people! I know, it's been a while. Don't get mad, don't get mad. I'll give you an explanation, but I can't do it in this video. This is kind of, limited to what I can say and what I can't say. Um, Probably makes no sense. This, as you can see, I am on a server. I'm not, and you can see ahead of me, I have some buildings, nearby. Uh, But I'd like to just tell you that this is me making a warp application for the server I'm currently in. It's the Junkyard free build server, and for the past, I think it's been like 2 weeks to a month. I think actually it's been a bit longer than that. I think I think it's been around a month. I've been on this server, basically just building in the same area, and I decided to kind of clump all the buildings together and make it a town, sort of, which I will get to showing you in a second. But first, I'd just like to say, sorry, it's been a really long time since I've made a video. And like I said, I'll get to that in a different video and explain myself there. So let's begin. As you can see, this is the town hall, and it has more information inside. Oh wow! Here's. Do you like some light reading? Do you like reading spiderwebs, candles, and skulls? Anyway, I'm gonna move on. This is a town hall, like it said outside, and it's got a little kitchen area, which is actually pretty cool. Watch this. Hang on, I'll just show you. Look at that. I can't leave, and it looks like a little serving bench, doesn't it? Well, actually, it kind of is. It's just there for looks. It's not. Food isn't necessary in this server because food never goes down. Like, the food bar never drops because this isn't an adventure server. But they do. The Junkyard does have a second server, which is the MMO server. You can probably see in the chat it says MMO next to some people's names. That's because the chats are connected. And that's basically a survival server that you can go into and survive in. But this one has no mobs at all. Or the nether, for that matter. Anyway, let's start over here in the left corner, because that's what I do. That's what I want to do. This is basically a list of citizens and executives, and I'll get to that in a second, of the town. Basically, it's 6 citizens at the moment and 3 executives, including my mate Dilbro, and someone else who I met on this server who might become a featured person in future videos. Not so sure, we're still planning on that. It's kind of an early idea at the moment. But moving on. The executives are basically, as you see here, executives are town leaders, see them for help. That's basically what we do. We can run any kind of business in town. Like, I'll show you that, show you some things in a second. We can build freely in town. We can sell houses that belong to the town, which are basically just houses which have been sold to us by players nearby, or houses we've built or have been built by hired builders, which I'll also get to in a second. This is basically just a little area telling you that you can build if you want. Feel free to build in and around in or around town. Basically, because I put that there because I don't really want to be told off by moderators, like told I'm being too bossy or something. I don't want to tell everyone that they can't build nearby just because it's my town. I want to make my town bigger. You can't build nearby. Nye, 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 nye. I just want people to have fun, just like I do. I have fun making my town, and I've had some help from a couple of people, which is all good. that just tells you some things about the town hall, which I actually have to change some of this information, because it says stuff like, the attic storage belongs to the town and cannot be used by the public. Please do not grief our town. Obviously, that last line, please do not grief our town, that is going to stay, but you'll see in a second why this sign should be changed a lot. Oh, and I call myself the mayor, not out of greed, but because it's another word for founder. I'm the founder of the town. I started it up. It was my idea. I basically created the rules that work for this town, I suppose you could say. This is the second floor. This is more of an official floor rather than a hangout area like the ground floor. Basically, you have the mayor's office, which originally had a painting here, courtesy of Green Tie. But someone took it, and I just haven't gotten around to replacing it. But yeah, it has my desk here, a nice little chair. I can do The Exorcist. There you go. That'll be $50. Just kidding, just kidding. So you can come in here. I never actually sit in here. This is just for looks. Just letting you know. I never sit inside my office. Then we have an employee meeting room, and I'll get to the employees in a second. It's just somewhere we can sit if we want. We probably won't actually use that if I ever get any employees. Like as you can see, I haven't got any. I've just got the names of the kinds of jobs they can do, which I actually have to change some of them because actually I might keep decorators, but I'm going to get rid of guards because I don't know if it's a very thought out job. Anyway, currently not hiring explains stuff like you get paid for work in iron ingots, which is the currency for this server, and it depends on how good the job is done or what kind of job is done. And there is several pieces of information regarding every individual job, which is best to contact me about. Whether you talk to me on the server directly or you find me on the Junkyard forums, I'll be happy to talk about the jobs, whether I'm hiring or not. So yeah, you may contact me if you wish. Just a little attic. Anyway, like I said, the reason why I have to change some of the signs. It said attic storage area, but I don't see any storage chests. There's none anywhere. Oh wait, that's because there is no storage. Strange. So yeah, there's no storage. I was just thinking. Never mind. There's no storage, so I'm going to have to change some of the things. Originally, I was going to have a town storage there where I could bank like town iron ingots that belong to every one of the executives, but that would just get stolen from too easily. I preferred it. I'm preferring to go with the split option, where I just split the ingots equally among the executives, which we haven't really been doing yet, but we will in the future. Here is the front of the beautiful town hall. I really like the what I did with it. It's pretty good looking building, if you ask me. Here we have the donor house off to the side. I'd just like to quickly run through this. It says the donor house is a free storeroom available to all. Anything placed in these chests is considered donations to the town and anyone else who comes through. Anything stored in these chests can be taken with no risk of being banned, and I'm probably going to have to talk to the moderators about this, just to let them know, in case some wisecrack comes through saying someone stole from them. Because it says here, we are not responsible for any items you lose in this room. Any and all items in these chests may be taken. And that means by anybody. This chest was pretty, like, it had at least 2 lines full of just junk. Like, you can put anything you want in these chests that anything you don't want left in your inventory or storage, or private storage, like here. Someone's left crafting tables here because they don't want them anymore. And basically, you just put any junk you don't want in any of these chests, and it's out of your hair. Someone else can take it if they want, or we could clear it out if it stays in there too long or something. Now, truthfully, I made this room because it's a pain getting building material. Because this is a legit server. You have to legitimately get building materials. You can't just spawn it. So I was actually hoping people would leave building materials here, but no such luck. At least not building materials that I wanted. It was mostly just sand, which is kind of redundant. So I'm gonna go this way actually first. Here we have a notice board. Basically just say, if you're passing by, feel free to look around town, inside any houses, but stay out of houses with iron doors. Here's an example. Obviously, you can't get into a house with an iron door legitimately without adding a lever or a pressure plate here or something. However, I recommend not doing so because it is, I believe it can be considered griefing because you are changing someone else's property by adding or replacing blocks without their permission. As you can see, this person, which is Blaze, why am I saying this person? Blaze the Crafter lives here. Blaze is my friend. He is one of the executives. He knows a little bit about the town. He will take your payment if you wish to buy a house, which I'll get to in a minute. So yeah, he has all the privileges I do, as well as Dilbur. Anyway, yeah, he has pressure plates on the inside, and basically what you do, and I'll show you how I do it, you set your home teleport to inside your house, and that way you can exit your house, but no one else can enter unless they set their home teleport inside your house, or you let them in, which is really no problem. If you have a visitor, you can let them in if you want. I let people into my house all the time, like just to have a look around. Like, I'm not really worried about my house because I have a way of dealing with my storage. Oh right, I was going this way, wasn't I? Anyway, like I said, iron doors means stay out. If you wish to buy a house, speak to an executive. If you built a house, like I said, you can build a house anywhere you want nearby. If you've built a house nearby and would like to be listed as a citizen inside the town hall, of course, see an executive. They will, all you have to do is ask if you can become a citizen, maybe show them where your house is. We will lead your the gravel road up to your house, and we will put your name on the the citizens list on the inside inside the town hall. Whew. All right, it's really becoming difficult to talk because it's been so long since I made a video. Citizens gain access to certain in-town features. These features are currently limited. In the future, public buildings will be made for the citizens to use, e.g. mineshaft or greenhouse buildings. These haven't been built yet, but I do plan on making them. Basically, the greenhouse is just a plan for a farm, like a wheat and sugarcane and melon and pumpkin farm. So, citizens citizens only. Citizen-only features can include becoming an employee of the town. I'm only going to be giving that option out to citizens of the town. Like, I'm not going to hand out jobs to random passing by people. I'm just going to give them to citizens after interviewing them, I suppose. I want to be as realistic as possible with this. As realistic as I can get with a Minecraft game. Server, sorry. Here's the first house I ever made, actually, inside this town. It was the first house I ever stayed in. I prettied it up a bit, like I gave it a front lawn after I moved out. And I'll show you where I live now. This person recently moved in, and you can see they furnished the inside to their liking. They've got pistons for a table, and I like to encourage changing anything you want inside a house you buy, because if you buy it, you own everything attached to that house. Like, except, this is a bad example, except stuff like this when someone makes grows a sapling inside their garden and it becomes intertwined with another person's house. That doesn't count. No, I mean like the house itself. I will allow you to build above and underneath any houses you buy. Whoa. Okay, backtracking. That happens a lot. Never mind. Any houses you buy. So you can make a basement if you want, which is probably the best because I wish it's not exactly a requirement, but I encourage people to build, if they build a house of their own, I encourage them to make it only 3 stories total, not including the attic. As you can see here, this is an attic. Not including the attic or basement. But yeah, this person's house is only 2 stories high, and I've got a couple houses with 3 stories. So moving on. Is that sun going down or up? It's coming up. Okay. Moving on. We have a secondary notice board. It says something completely different to the other one. It says, if you have any questions about town, feel free to ask. Also note that the town is still in an early development. Now, that's definitely something you should know. Early development, meaning early development. It's in a very early stage of development. There are not many buildings. There are very limited buildings which are for sale, only 2 at the moment, which I only recently built. I'm going to be building more in the future, probably in the near future, after I've caught up with videos. And I have some news about the newest series I've been doing with Dylan. Unfortunately, that won't be continued, and like I said, I'm going to explain myself in a future video, so look out for that, and you'll find out. Oh, what's this? Town Mayor, Pyro of Zen's mansion, do not enter? It's huge! It's huge, man! Well, here's an example. Home. I said home. There we go. I am now inside my house, and here are the pressure plates. Open the doors. Doors opened. And there's no way to get in without changing something. And you just set home to the inside of your house. This house, except for the basement, this is where I do all my business. As you can see, I've got plenty furnaces and crafting tables. It's kind of just decoration, really. That's my basement. Other than that, everything here is basically just for looks. It just looks pretty. I should have done something that I've been doing lately. Split the house into rooms. But at that time, I was mostly focused on the exterior of the house, not the interior. All I did was add a few hedges. As you can see, we're on a split attic. And by split attic, I mean the 3rd floor cuts into it. And then the second half of the attic here. Here's the 3rd floor. Nice little lookout area. You can see some of the town. That house over there is not part of the town, just letting you know. And here's a little higher up area. You can see most of the buildings. There's Blazers with his torches on his roof. Moving on. Let's just take a shortcut. I apologize. My throat is hurting. I'm not used to talking. Here is the town store, which has been a recent addition. I currently have no employees, so I am the current clerk, as well as any executives. However, I'm the only listed clerk inside the shop. Now, I was planning on making this an iron door, so no one could come in, because this is where all the goods are stored. Basically, what I want the clerks to do in the future is set their home to the inside of the storage or employees area. That way they can get in but no one else can. But for now it's just a wooden door so that I can get in and out. And so far we're only selling not much stuff. We have a significant stock of sand, dirt and gravel. There was cobblestone in here, but I took it for building. We do sell coal, diamond, redstone, and gold. We do not have an abundance of diamond. However, it should grow in the future. Maybe. This is like just a bit of wool we had lying around. We are going to be selling in stacks, so don't get your hopes up there. Here is the main counter where, like, you'll see there's prices and what we're selling over there. Basically, here's the exchange area. This is where iron ingots will come in, and this is where the purchase will come through. Well, we'll go through to the other side. And this indicates whether or not someone is here. Like, if this is on, which it's going to stay off for a little while, but if that's on, it means that we're selling something, and you'll see on the other side the visual aid. And basically, no one has to be inside this building to sell something. They just have to teleport back here and sell. If someone that plays on this server does come in here and that's on and it says and no one else is here, just call out to the clerks, and I'll show you in a second if I can get there. Just call out to the clerks. Oh my god. Yeah, this server is a little bit laggy, probably because it's not exactly a local server to me. Who's on? Anyway, this is where the customers will come in, and I haven't put trapdoors over here. I didn't really think they were necessary, but I probably will in the future. Anyway, the iron goes in here. Payment, iron, purchase, whatever you've bought. Here's what I mean. If this torch is on, it means we're not selling. Now, it's on, so we're not selling anything. And here is where the listed clerks are. If no one is in and the torch is off, call for a clerk. So at the moment, just call for me, or you can call it for an executive if no one is listed there or something. I don't know. That's where everything we sell is going to be listed, how much it is, and how much we will give you per purchase. Pardon me, sorry. Now, this might be a little steep. Diamond for 100 ingots. 1 diamond for 100 ingots. But I find it very necessary, because it is diamond. There is not a very large amount of diamond in this server. I've only ever found enough to make 1 diamond pickaxe, a sword, and a full set of armor. That's not enough diamond at all. But there, I haven't really known many people that have been able to use their diamonds that much. Even though all of that is kind of redundant, because this isn't a survival server. And there are no mobs. So yeah, we're selling quite a bit. And as you can see, we mostly sell in stacks, like 5 ingots for a stack. But for coal, we sell in 8, in 8s, because it only takes 8 coal to smelt an entire stack of items of any kind. So that's what is going on there. And for gold, 2 ingots for 1. But you may buy it in groups. That's just to show you that gold is worth twice as much as iron. But we do not accept it as payment, just letting you know right now. Iron ingots is always the required payment. Moving on, I'm just going to show you a few of the buildings. You may notice that most of the buildings are wool and oak logs, like my mansion and all of these houses here. The wool representing wattle and daub. But I recently changed to this more medieval looking style, which is a cobblestone base and birch planks on one side of the building and then cobble on the rest to hold up the gables. However, I kind of screwed up and made the gables on this side of the shop. But I'll show you the other houses that I've been recently doing. So this is my recent building style. Tell me what you think of it. Instead of oak logs, I use pine because it's a bit darker. And I'll show you, it actually looks kind of good on the default texture pack. Yeah, I haven't used this in a while. Come on. Oh my god, really? Really? Okay. That's annoying. That is annoying. Hang on. Okay, really? That's that's far-fetched. I'll get back to you. Oh, never mind. Here we go. What was I saying? Something to do with the shop. So, as you can see, it looks relatively alright. It's not quite as good as the John Smith texture pack I use, but because this building style was basically for the John Smith texture pack, I kind of looked up a few tutorials and just went from there. I didn't copy any of his buildings, I just kind of just took the style and just used it in my architecture. But as you can see, it looks good. Originally, the cross beams here were regular oak planks, but I changed them to pine because oak planks don't look as good on the default texture pack because they're too bright. So that's why that's changed, but it looks just as good on the John Smith texture pack anyway. Whoops. There we go. So yeah, tell me what you think about that building style compared to the original that I showed you, that my mansion is, the wool style. The main reason for me changing to the birch planks style, why isn't this changing? Wow, okay, that is annoying. Yeah, my computer hates me right now. Why you not do that? Why are you frozen? Wow. Black screen. Alright, let me continue talking. The reason I changed to the birch plank, what word do I need to use? Birch plank building style in replacement of wool is because, like I said, there are no mobs in this server, so wool, Sorry about that, guys. Minecraft crashed and I just had to restart it. So yeah, as I was saying, birch planks, I replaced it with wool, replaced wool with birch planks, for my later buildings because, like I said, no mobs spawn in this, server, so obviously sheep aren't exactly easy to find, obviously. You have to actually go to, I probably shouldn't be showing this in a warp application video. Whoops. Basically, you have to go to a shop where you can buy a bunch of different kind of blocks, but the main one is wool. So that is how that works. So obviously you can, well, wow. Obviously you can imagine that wool is costly, especially when you're making a mansion you're not going to sell. So yeah, I changed to birch planks because saplings are more renewable. So anyway, well, okay, let's just walk slowly. I'm gonna follow the road like a good boy. I recently added the cobble stairs. They don't really match the gravel, but I don't care, okay? Get over it. It's better than jumping around all day. Like boing boing. So anyway, these are the two newest buildings that need to be sold. As you can see, 80 iron ingots. That is the average cost of most buildings. I will take or add to the price depending on the size of the building and features of the building. And something I've been doing lately, like I said, adding rooms to buildings. But they're still empty rooms. You may take them down if you end up purchasing these buildings. It's up to you. There's no attic, but for more, there are more expensive. The next building is a more expensive one, which does have a small attic that I will show you in a minute. Here's another room. This might be a bedroom of some kind. I don't know. It's up to the person who buys it, not mine. Or a decorator if they hire one. If I hire one. If that made any sense. Just if you have any questions about jobs for the town, just contact me. As you can see here, 100 iron ingots, 20 extra ingots to add an extra floor, which is bigger than obviously the bottom and the middle floors, and 2 little sticking out windows, which are kind of a good addition. They don't look quite as flash as they should, but they... Also, the room on the bottom floor is a lot bigger than the one in the other house. Whoops. Also, the middle floor is completely empty when it comes to walls, and it has the sticking out area. This might be a little furnished lounge room area, I suppose. And here we have the top room, which is thinner but longer and has the sticking out window. I suppose that could be a bedroom too. Here we have the attic, and like I said, it's small, but it can fit up to 4 large chests. You can put 2 here, 2 here, 1 here, sorry, and 1 here. And that's just letting you know that it can hold storage if you want storage. The next building is the town inn, which I recently created. That's why there's a crafting table out here still. It's not quite decorated on the inside, but I don't care. Basically, this is where the innkeeper would stand if they wanted. Here it just says, welcome to the Zentopian Inn. Non-citizens that wish to be a part of the town without becoming a permanent citizen may sign in here for a small fee of 10 iron ingots, which is a lot less than 80 or 100 ingots, to be updated to the citizen status for up to an hour, real time. If you are signed in, you will gain access to all buildings which are otherwise for citizens only, like the mineshaft, like I said, or any other kind of citizen-only features, except for employment, because an hour isn't enough to become permanently employed. I don't know why I'm breaking these, but I just feel like, whoa. Sorry, it's kind of been a while since I've had far distance on, because I've been using a really bad computer lately, and I've had to keep my distance down on tiny. Moving on, we have some of the more citizens' houses, and I'll just show you guys. Probably not. This will be the best house, I reckon. I'll show you guys this house. If you buy the house, you may do whatever you want to it. As you can see, this person added a fireplace, and don't fret, fires don't spread in this server. Table and chairs, unlimited water source. They've obviously been growing stuff in their garden. And they've added stuff upstairs. This is an attic. This is a 1-story house, and they've chose to make their attic the main area for crafting and sleeping, I suppose. It's all up to you what you do with your house. I encourage changing anything you want. You may. Don't have to ask me for permission as long as you've bought the house. I might rent houses in the future, but will only ever allow changing, like, for permission. And I will allow you to change the outer sides of your house up to a block, maybe. I don't know. It's really, you'd have to consult with your neighbors on where you want, like, where you can build, if you want to build outward a bit. It's not really up to me. So, that is really the town. Sorry I took so long explaining it all, showing you all around, but I'll just quickly come over here too. But this is basically the town, and if you feel like coming and visiting, feel free. It's not that far from the spawn area. You just have to head in the direction of the red arrow, and then I'll leave a sign on the main road. It probably won't stay there, but I'll leave it there to show you where to go from the main road at a certain point, and that will tell you where to go, obviously. So you can come there from go there from spawn. Not a very long walk. Moving on, if you wish to buy a house, feel free. Come to the town, check out the houses. You may walk through, leave your grotty little fingertips everywhere. I don't care as long as you don't change anything. And then contact an executive. The current executives I can tell you about that will come to your rescue, I suppose, are me and Blaze the Crafter. And just give them, well, give me or him the required amount of ingots, in this case 80, in the other case 100, if you want to buy the house, and then the house is yours for good. You may do whatever you want, including sell your house. However, if you sell a house, try not to make it overpriced. Like, at least keep it around this much, and I incline you to stay for at least a week real time before you sell a house, because I don't want people making profit off these houses. I don't like it. Someone tried doing it before and I was not happy with them. And I think they got jailed. I'm not sure, but I was not happy with them. That's the main... Let's just say they won't be becoming a citizen of this town. Not that they wanted to. Anyway, yeah, if you want to buy a house, just give an executive. And if you want to know who an executive is, just go into the town hall and check the citizens list. It clearly states... right? Wow, I'm exhausted, sorry. It clearly states right here... Oh my god! Right? Wow. Wow, okay. Sorry about that. It clearly states right here the 3 executives of town. There will be more in the future, because I'm going to need a lot more second-in-commands. However, you will not be asking me to become an executive. I have to trust you, and I have to know you. That is the main priority. That is why 2 of my friends are executives, because I trust them. And I know them. I will come to you if I want you to become an executive, but the final decision is up to you, of course. Just don't say, like, oh, I want to become an executive before I come to you. I'll find it petty, and I probably won't end up coming to you and making you an executive. And finally, if you want to build a house, feel free. I hold no... law in this server. Like, I have no power on this server. I'm a regular builder. I'm not a moderator. I'm not a supporter. I don't have any lockout, I don't know, privileges. I just I'm just a builder. And I do have a sponsor and supporters in this in my town. Here's one of the houses of one of them. That kind of shows you that I will be letting I will let other people live here, obviously. I'm kind of stumbling on my words. Anyway, yeah, if I hold no authority in this server, so I can't tell you where you can and can't build. All I tell you is a guideline, which is do not build right here. For example, like right next to a house. As you can see, a lot of my houses are kind of close to, a lot of the houses I've built are kind of close to each other, but they're still a relatively good distance. Like, but I think that's just common sense. Don't build too close or on top of another person's property. And that includes houses which haven't been sold, because that is the town's property. That's my property. And the executive's property, not your property, not anyone else's property, just the executive's until it gets purchased. So yeah, also don't grief the town. That's bad. Griefing's bad. You will be banned. You will be found and you will be banned. Do not do it. I will hate you if you do. What was I saying? Yeah, if you want to build a house near town and become a citizen, feel free. I will allow you to become a citizen if you build a house, because Blaze the Crafter and the Green Tie Show have built their own houses, and they are also citizens. Green, if you're watching this, finish your damn house. At least add a door. I mean, seriously. A lot of people have been asking who's living there. Add a sign, maybe. Just, you haven't been here in a while except to look at stuff. Sorry, Green. You're still a citizen, don't fret. Finally, if you do build a house, build it first, and then come to an executive, and they will tell you, they will tell you if they will make you a citizen or something. Like, just ask if you want to become a citizen, and we will add you to the citizens list here. But we will take care of the road, so don't bother trying to connect a road to your house. Which I recommend making your house available for a road connection. Like, as you can see, all of the houses which are currently part of this town, the front doors have a connection to the road. So if you do build, the only rules I supply are don't build too close to the other houses inside town, or even if they're outside of town, but I don't think you'll be building that far out. We probably won't make you a citizen if you are, unless the town gets so big that you have to be really far out. But yeah, make your house entrance or exit if you want. If you want an exit and an entrance separate, I don't know, available for the road to be connected. But we will take care of the road. Don't do it yourself. So yeah. Moving on, it is time to go. I have rambled on for a long time. My throat's sore. It's been so long since I made a video. I'm not used to doing it. I'm exhausted. I need to eat. So I will see you all guys later. And please vote yes on the warp application. I will put a link in the description to the warp application forum topic if you're a part of the forum. Because I know some of the forum the server members have been coming... have been checking out my YouTube channel recently, so if you're part of the forum, or if you want to become a part of the forum, sign up, obviously if you want to become a part of the forum, and then go to the link in the description when it is made, because obviously I haven't made it yet, but I will in a few hours maybe from this video creation, not upload. But anyway, moving on, just vote yes, okay? If you like my town, be honest, vote yes. Tell me if I should add or subtract. I don't want to subtract. I'd rather add. So tell me if I should add anything, maybe give me some suggestions on some public buildings you'd like to see, because I'm open to suggestion. This is really the server's town, not my town. That's just me being a bit corny. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Later, peoples.